Hello, welcome to CLSP Politics. Sean Briscoe speaking. So this is the first of a series I'm doing on all the U.S. Senate seats that are coming up for election in 2026. I'm just doing it in alphabetical order, not in order of their primary. There just aren't that many of them, and should be done with this before Christmas or okay, like before New Year's. All right, before the first week of January. Okay. So this is Alabama. So you'll notice there's a lot of blue. All right. And what's interesting about that blue is it directly corresponds with the African American and minority community is in Alabama. That is not by accident. Um, so there there are a lot of red states out there that I think the Democrats can flip. Right. The possibility exists. Alabama, that's a heavy lift. It's a difficult one because it's like, do you see how there's light reds in some of those you need most of that to be light red. That means that the Democrats are at least getting into the mid 40s, you know, in those rural counties. But in reality, just not happening. I mean, who knows? I mean, I know it's an agriculture state. Maybe the Trump tariffs will take an effect that we can't see. Maybe all shutting down all the rural hospitals will have an adverse effect on the vote that we can't see yet. Um, but I don't have any polling to go on yet, and I don't know anyone's doing any polling in Alabama. So it's kind of like all I can do is look at the math that I've got in front of me, and the math in front of me says, "Ouch." So we've got, where the minorities are blue, and that's great. But that's about all. That's the state. Real quick, like and subscribe. I'm on YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Substack. A lot of you guys watch me and aren't subscribed. If you could subscribe, that'd be super awesome. I'm trying to break 10,000 here in a little while, and I've been kind of stuck around 4, which, when you watch all those other YouTube channels and you're like, wow, how do you get 1 million subscribers? You probably don't talk about demographics and voter density. Be my guess. But if you play some Minecraft or Fortnite, and you stream that, you probably get to 1 million subscribers. So I'm just looking for 10,000. That's kind of my big goal. So let's get to the candidate list. So there are 4 Democrats and 5 Republicans running for this Senate seat. When I looked at the campaign finance reports, surprise, surprise, in this red state, the Republicans are looking at what will probably be a pretty interesting primary on their side. The Democrats, there's really only one that's raised any money, and most of it's self-funded. So, but when you look at the Republicans, you see that Steve Marshall has raised. This is, of course, September information. We'll have more campaign finance information that's going to come out in January. But as of September, he'd raised $500,000. Rodney Walker was on his way to $500,000. But also self-funded, which is interesting. And Jared Hudson was on his way to $500,000 and had done a little self-funding. But Steve Marshall's the one that's actually raised the money that's come straight out of, the universe of Republican donors. That tells me that he had a lot of backing in the beginning, and that backing's continued. So Steve Marshall probably has an upper hand. The big number here is R plus 30. It's rough. When you look at the other Senate seats and how they've gone in this state, Democrats just get squashed. So, like I said, shutting down rural hospitals, gutting, the agriculture industry because of tariffs, maybe that stuff will have an effect. But 30 points worth of an effect, that's a heavy lift. Well, Thank you for watching. These will be pretty short, all these Senate races, because it's really only one race. Not like my congressional districts where like I had to look up 70 different campaigns for just New York alone, right? So we don't have any of that. Well, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. You can go to my website if you're thinking about running for office. You need some consulting on field and any kind of voter outreach. I'm also on YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Substack. All right, everybody. Hope you have a great day and have a Merry Christmas. This will all be coming down in December. All right, bye.